Okay, so you want to model a stair in SketchUp. That's great. You're going to start where we always start, which is good line work. And I know from designing this house that the stairs are in a, well, let's go ahead and measure it. They're in a 38-inch wide space, which will make sure we have 37 inches clear at 36 minimum. I've got my tread at 1 foot, and I know that to get the second story, I made all of these 7.5 inches. So if I'm on my stair layer, I can just draw a piece of paper, group it, and then pull it up 7.5 inches, and boom, I've got my first stair. Now, if I want to be really rudimentary and just make sure that this all worked out, I could move, well, I missed. I can move a copy of this from corner to corner, and hopefully this would top out the top of my stair, which it does. But this is an ugly stair. This is not a good looking stair. Now, what you're going to model depends on what you want your stair to look like. You may have a single stringer stair or a dual stringer. Your stairs may be embedded into a wall. It may be some sort of weird structural magic effect that you're going for. Spiral, which is a whole other story, a whole other video. So let's just make this a simple stair that has some tread and a nose to it. And so I want that nose to be, or the tread to be at 1 inch. So I'll push this down 1 inch. I'm just going to modify this so I can have a nice little nose here. I'll draw another tread on top, group it, pull it up 1 inch. That way that snaps right there. Okay, so let's see if this is going out 1 inch. I'm just going to pull this out. Ooh, wrong button. I'll pull this out 1 inch. Actually, sorry, I'm going to pull it out 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to draw a construction line. And then I'm going to draw a circle from here to here. And delete these construction lines. Yada, yada, don't need this. And I will push this away into oblivion. I missed. Yep, and push this away into oblivion. Boom. Now, okay, now we're getting somewhere. This is starting to look like an actual staircase. So I can get rid of these guys. I don't need these anymore. And move a copy of these at the same time. And all right, if I material these right, texture these just right, it looks like we've got a nice little standard staircase. That looks pretty good. Now, the other way to do this is to, well, I would always do it like this, tread by tread. But there is a way to do this where, let's move this over here so you can see it. Let's move it 5 feet. And this is a little trickier because it's tempting to think that this is faster, but it's really not. Is to model like this whole block at one time and then group it. But like then what? Then what do you do? So one thing you could do is click into this and then trace over the line work. Let's just make sure I'm doing this right. The line work from your plan, but then you have to do the math to extrude all these at the same time. I wouldn't do it this way, and let me show you why. Once we go here, I'll just do this much. So I've got I'll hide rest of model to show this. And let's just imagine I only did this much. Well, okay, so each riser is 7.5 inches, so then I have to do the math. And I'm not going to guess on a video. So 7.5 times 4, 30. Okay, probably could have done that. Pull it up 30. And then the other ones have to go sequentially, so you have to keep doing the math. I'm not going to guess again. Let's just do 7.5 times 3. Yeah, I could have done that 22.5, 22.5, and then 15, and then 7.5. Oh, 7.5. So great, we got our staircase, but we've got these lines we've got to trim out. So just go in and select all of these and delete them. And you still have to go in, and I would do it on a different group, and model out these noses right here, the tread with the nose, however that looks for you. So you could do it this way. It depends on if your staircase is embedded in a wall or around a corner, or if it's gonna like be seen as a stage coming into a space, in which case you might just have floating tread. So maybe this is a good way to get where each tread is. And then from here, you can draw each one. So let's say we wanted these to be, oh, let's say 2.5 inches deep by 1 foot. And I would group this, and I'd pull this back all the way to here. And then use this to inform, like I'm gonna do like a floating or a steel stringer, single stringer staircase. Okay, then I use this chunk to inform where my stairs go. But stairs don't just float like this, you know, there's no magic here. So we'll make a stringer, and a stringer is a piece of wood or steel that supports the stairs. So let's just say it's, oh, I don't know, 3 inches right here. And I'm just drawing something that is in line with the slope of the stairs. So there we go. I have now made this um, grouped object as slope like this. I will not pull it up. I will move a copy of it up because I want this to be like diagonal on the edges right here, and I'll move it up 5 inches, and this will be like a nice like piece of steel, essentially some tube steel. And as soon as I connect these edges, paper will snap into place. Move a copy of this plane over, and then if I connect any line, that'll come over. Like I'll show you, I'll just do one line, and then the whole thing will snap. Great. Triple click, move this into place, and now I will move this underneath, and it'll act like a single support. Find the midpoint, and this could be, okay, you have to resolve this somehow, however it gets designed out, but that's pretty ugly, but it'd be something kind of like that. I'm lagging a little bit, so yeah, that'd be like a single stringer, and sometimes you'll see this done over here, and there's another one on the other side, so I'll just mirror a copy over there. Yeah, it looks nice. So yeah, lots of ways to do staircases. There's 3 ways to get 2 different types. All right, hope that helps.